So today I'm going to be using some products that I actually hauled for you guys not too long ago. I'll put the video up here so you guys can go ahead and click on it and check it out if you want to. So before we get started, if you're new here, I would love for you to join my channel by hitting the subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you'll know when I put out a new video. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into trying a bunch of these new items. Okay, so the first thing I want to try, this is called the Stila All About the Blur Primer. I just recently picked this up after I did that haul. So yesterday I had to make a return. So I went ahead and picked up this product. There was only 2 left, so I went ahead and snagged it as quick as I could. This is what the product looks like. It comes in this tube. It's really pretty packaging. It actually has a pump. So we're gonna put this pretty much like all over. All right, so I'm gonna use about that much. It doesn't have a scent. It's going on like really kind of like a water-based type of product. It doesn't feel like silicone, it just feels really nice. So the benefits are it blurs imperfections, minimizes the appearance of pores, and diffuses fine lines. It preps and primes skin while prolonging makeup wear, and it's infused with skin-loving ingredients, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and skin blurring complex to perfect, smooth, hydrate, and nourish the skin. It has like a veil-like finish. It's lightweight, silky formula, suitable for all skin tones and types. I'm gonna look at my skin. It looks like my pores are filled in very nicely. So I do like that. Yeah, the skin looks really silky. It doesn't look glowy. It's just like very smooth. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the eyes. I did purchase the Shadow Insurance Eye Primer. This is a product that usually comes in like a tube, or it used to come in a tube, but now it comes in this kind of packaging. And it has this wand, which I really like, and I'm gonna put that on my eyelids. I like this product because it goes on kind of like a mousse. It spreads really nicely on the eyelid, and I love it. I love the way it makes my eyelids look. It's not very drying. It's not too liquidy, so I do like that. Okay, so there's a mixture of like drugstore and high-end, so I didn't have enough to just do a full face in drugstore, so that's why I mixed some high-end in here. So of course the Stila is a little bit high-end, so is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, but most of the other products, and I'm looking right now, most of them are going to be drugstore. Like I said, there's a few in here that are high-end, but the majority is drugstore. We're gonna use this ColourPop Petals in Point. This is a palette that I picked up, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna look really nice on my eyelids, if it was gonna go with my skin tone, because it is very light in nature. Now this doesn't come with a mirror, so I'm gonna have to use a mirror, but I'm gonna go in with this shade right here as my transition shade. And that's showing up really nicely on the eyelid. It's kind of like a cool tone brown. It's about to get dark here in a little bit in Florida, so the color might change a little bit. And if it does, that's okay. I can kind of lighten it here if I need to, or like kind of brighten it up. I'm gonna use this shade right here. It's kind of like a mauve-y pink. I'm just gonna go on top of that. And that showed up as well. That's really pretty. Next shade I'm going to go in with is this one right here, the darkest shade in the palette. I do have some fallout, but it's not real bad. It's just, they are a bit powdery. And I'm just putting this on the edge of my eye. Tonight we are having date night, so I was going to get ready. My husband went to the grocery store really quick to pick up some items, and when he gets back, we're just going to make dinner. Have a nice quiet night in. I'll blend everything out here in a minute. I'm gonna go in with this pink shade right here, and I'm gonna put that all over the lid. Let's put that on. Oh, wow. I love that. Look how pretty that pink is, guys. Oh, wow, that is really pretty. Yeah, this pink turned out beautifully on the eyelid. It is so pigmented. It's just gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna blend everything out. Make sure that my edges are blended. There's a blue shade in here too that I want to try. It's like a baby blue. I don't know if I should do maybe a little bit of baby blue. Let's try a little bit of baby blue. So it's this shade right here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that. Let's see, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do it like kind of in the center of the eye, just on top of the pink. Oh yeah. Wow, these colors are showing up, and I really thought that they would not show up on me, but they are showing up beautifully. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. I'm going in with the IRL Filter Foundation because I'm going to use the soft powder by Revolution, and I'm also going to use the concealer. So I wanted to use the foundation as well. This is a bit dark for me. It's F12, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix it with my Makeup Forever. It's a redness corrector, but it comes out green. I mixed both of these and it kind of makes this a little bit more neutral. So I'm gonna put that on the back of my hand, and I don't need a lot of this because it does have really nice coverage. And then I'm gonna go in with some of this on top of it. So basically I do this. So see how I mix the two? And then what I like to do is just take like the back of a brush and just kind of mix it, because that F12 can come off a little bit orange, so that's why I have to use the green to kind of neutralize it. Okay, so I am using the Ariel sponge. I've already wet it. I love this foundation. It's like my favorite. But I wish they would come out with more shades so that I could get like the perfect shade. Really warm, so I had to turn down the AC. My husband likes it like at 73. Guys, that's way too hot. Look how pretty this foundation is on the skin. It's gorgeous. Let me see if I can lighten this up a little bit. And it does look a little bit dark, but I'm gonna put concealer on, so I think it'll be fine. Okay, so now that we have that on, I'm going to go in with the IRL Filter Concealer. This is in the shade 8.5. It was really hard to figure out my shade because when you kind of put them together, they all look the same. It's weird. And the way Revolution does their shade ranges is just so weird to me. It says oil-free plus Vetox. I don't know what that means, but it's a long wear, breathable, 16-hour wear concealer, and it's a soft matte concealer. The wand is like bent. Do you see that? The sponge part is bent, so I'm sure it's gonna lay nicely. And 8.5 looks really light. Probably should have got a darker shade, but we're gonna make this work today because I really wanted to like try it. And then I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, forehead, and chin, and then I'm just going to take the sponge on the opposite side and press that on the under eye. It has really nice coverage. Again, I think it's too light for me, but it seems to have really nice coverage, so I do like that. Not bad, looks pretty. So the next product I'm gonna use is a high-end product, and it's from Urban Decay. It's their new Quickie Concealer. It's actually a multi-use concealer. When I hear multi-use, it reminds me of the Too Faced concealer, the Born This Way concealer. So I think it's somewhat similar to that. Now, in consistency, it's not the same thing because I tested this in store on my hand, and the consistency is a little different, and I think it's because it's waterproof. It says that it's up to 24-hour long wear, it's waterproof and transfer resistant. So I wanted to try it because I always look for something that would be waterproof that I could wear in the summer when it's like hot out, and something that's going to cover my melasma. So I did pick up the shade 50W0 just so that I can try this on my cheeks for my melasma, but I also picked up 40WY, and the reason I did is because I wanted to try it under my eyes as well. I'm not going to use it for my under eyes today. I'm just going to use it for my face. I did pick a shade that I thought would be like perfect for my skin tone, or close to the tan shade that I use in the Tarte Shape Tape. So this is what the packaging looks like. It has like a brush at the end, which I'm not going to use today, but you could use this just to like blend everything. So it looks just like the Tarte Shape Tape wand. I did try to get a shade that would have some like orange tone under it, because you know when you put orange or peach on dark spots, it usually camouflages them. So we're gonna go ahead and just apply this, and this is a little bit too dark, but we're gonna try it anyway. I can actually mix that one with this one. So we're just gonna try a little bit of this one on top. This one is more of a yellow tone. So we're gonna put just a little bit, like 2 dots on each, right? Just so we can have like it not be too orange. And then I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm just going to press it in just like I would my Tarte Shape Tape. And I do this very gently. And I don't mind putting a little bit darker on my melasma because I always go in with powder. I always go in with bronzer and blush. I use all that stuff. So it kind of just lays on top of it, and you can't really tell that I've used like a darker shade. Of course, you can tell right here on the screen, it does look darker, but when I'm looking at it here, it doesn't look as bad. So I think it's just the lighting. Let me see if I can tone this down a little bit so you guys can see. Okay, that's a little bit brighter, but just trust me, it doesn't look that bad. I'll put a little bit more so we can tone it down just a little bit, but it really honestly does not need it. And I will say this, I will say that me putting this on my melasma, you can't see my melasma. So it's doing an awesome job of just covering that melasma up. So I really like this. Moving on, we're gonna go in with the IRL Face Translucent Powder. Now, there are two sides to this powder. So we have the pressed powder and we have the loose. So I'm gonna do the pressed only because I don't wanna open up the loose one just yet. So I'm just gonna do the pressed. I'm just gonna take a brush and I'm just going to press that into the skin very gently. And this is translucent, so there shouldn't be any shade to it, any color. Honestly, it looks really nice. It doesn't look cakey and it doesn't look like too powdery. We're gonna go in with the e.l.f. bronzer. These are the luminous bronzers. I'm really excited about these. I've got two shades here. I've got Seaside Shimmer and I've got Day Trip. So this is Day Trip. It has a little bit of warmth to it, and that's Seaside Shimmer. And this is really orange. So let me start with Day Trip because it's the one that has a little bit of warmth to it. So let's try this one. So we're gonna go ahead and go on top of the powder, and you can't really see this one on me as much. Let me try to build it up. I can see a little bit on my cheeks, but I can't really tell. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go in with Seaside Shimmer. Hopefully this one will show up and not look super orange. This is what Seaside Shimmer looks like. My hair is driving me nuts. It doesn't look too bad. It's showing up better than Day Trip. Oh yeah, it looks really nice. I thought it was gonna look super orange. I think the lighting or my lights are making it look like really orange. I've got to get my lighting down, guys, because it's affecting the way I want to film. You know, it's irritating. I want you guys to be able to see like the true colors, true tones, but how can you do that if the lighting is horrible? Now that doesn't look bad. I like the Seaside Shimmer better than I do the, my hair's in my face, sorry. I like the Seaside Shimmer better than I do the Day Trip. So Day Trip's definitely not my shade. So now we're gonna move on. We're gonna use this In the Brow glue. Now this one is a tinted one, so this is new, and I wanted to try it. I'm not putting any pencil on because I want to see how dark I can get this. So the packaging is really cute. It's this tiny little glue tube. Brush is super, super tiny. So I'm gonna go into the brows and just brush it through. See if it drops like any pigment. So far, it's not as dark as I thought it was gonna be, but it is like holding everything in place. I can feel it working. And it's got that glue feel like the original one. It's got very minimal tint. So I think this would be like perfect for people who have really nice full eyebrows and they just want something to like keep them, you know, in place without adding more product. I think this would be perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more to my eyebrows. So now that that's done, we are going to go into blush. I don't have a new blush, so I'm gonna have to get one. I'm gonna do a MAC blush. I have this palette that has the MAC blushes in there. So I'm gonna go in with Blush Baby, this one right here. It's kind of a pinky mauve shade. Okay, that'll work. And then I'm gonna go in with this highlighter from Revolution. This is in bronze. I did try it the other day when I did the haul, but I wanna go ahead and add some today. And basically what I like to do, like I did the last time, is just put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'll take my finger, blend it in, and then just kind of tap it on top of my cheekbones. It's not too like harsh, it's a very, very subtle. And then to top it all off, I'm gonna go in with this Infinite Conceal and Define Mattifying Setting Spray. This is from Revolution. This is the one that spilled all over me during the haul. It smells So good, guys. It smells so refreshing. While that dries, I'm going to take off my lip balm, and then I'm going to go in with this brown lip pencil. This is American Brown. I know it's a bit dark for this look. I want to try this lip liner. It's the IRL Filter Lip Liner. Let me go in with a lipstick. Where's my lipstick? I'm gonna go in with one of my e.l.f. lipsticks. I have been loving these. I can't see the shade, but I will put it right here. I'm definitely gonna change my lipstick because it does not go with like this light purple, but I just wanted to show you. I do like the lipstick, but this lipstick is not gonna go with this look. I'm gonna lighten it up with maybe, let's put some concealer on there, because sometimes if you put concealer on your lips, it can lighten the lipstick up and it'll look a lot more nude. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I really like it, so I might just go ahead and change my lipstick out. Let me go ahead and do something with my hair, and then I'll come back and then we'll go over each one of these products. All right, guys, this is the finished look. I think everything turned out really well. I will say that I did not set my under eyes, which I'm looking right now, and they haven't creased much. They creased just a tiny bit, but they didn't crease that bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this because I wanna see how it makes my under eyes look. And I'm just gonna use the pressed powder. That looks so nice. It looks really nice. It looks very smooth under there. Put the light on behind me. It is getting really dark, so I want to go ahead and wrap this up. Let's go over these products really quickly. I love the mister on this. I think it sprays beautifully on the skin. It doesn't like get splotchy. I don't see like any spotting, you know, from this product, so that's a good thing. So far, I love the Urban Decay Quickie. I think this is a good product for my melasma. And plus the fact that it's transfer resistant, and not only that, it's waterproof. It's really gonna help like during those summer months when I am wearing makeup on my skin and I'm outside. So I do love the fact that it covered up that melasma. The color is off, you know, it is a bit dark, but once I mixed it with this, I think it's perfect. Initially got this to like for my under eyes, but what I'm gonna do is probably go in and get a little bit darker shade for my under eyes. Maybe see if there's a lighter shade than this, but I think in the summer it's going to be perfect. So I really do like this. I think it looks smooth. It doesn't look super cakey on my skin, so I like that. You guys know I love the e.l.f. lipsticks. I really loved the e.l.f. Luminous Bronzer. I think it was so pretty on the skin. It blended beautifully. I didn't really have any issues with this other than the other one didn't show up on me. So yeah, this is the one that I picked up that I think is gonna be perfect. Another one I want to try is called Sun Chaser. I think that's what it's called. That's the one I really wanted, but they didn't have it in store. So I may have to just wait till it comes in store. As far as this is concerned, the Stila All About the Blur Primer, it did blur my lines. It blurred my pores. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm trying to go as close as I can to the camera so you guys can see that I don't have any, I don't have any pore issues. I think everything turned out beautifully with this primer. The Shadow Insurance Primer, it's definitely a yes. I told you guys already, I love this. I love the consistency of it. I think it goes on smooth on top of the eye. It's not watery, it's not too thick. And I love this concealer so far, guys. I think it looks so pretty under the eyes. And I thought this shade was gonna be like super, super light on me, but it really doesn't look that light. But I do like it. And the powder set it beautifully too. So for this powder, this is a definite yes. I think my skin looks so super flawless, especially for my age, guys. I'm 51 years old, and to see my skin like look so smooth, it's just amazing how a powder can do that, especially when you're older in age. You can't really find a powder that's not going to make you look too dry, or it's not going to settle in your fine lines. And this one doesn't do that. It looks super smooth on the skin. I'm super impressed with this. And for the petals on point, this is insanely good. The shadows showed up on my eyelids. You guys can tell the pinks are the pinks and the blue is blue, and everything just blended well. I will say that it is a little bit powdery, but to be honest with you, that really doesn't bother me as long as it performs well on the eyelid, and it does. It did a very good job. I love this look that I created with this palette. So this is a plus as well. And then for the IRL Filter Finish Lip Liner, I like this, guys, but I will say it was not creamy enough to where when I put it on and I went to kind of smooth it out, it was not budging. It reminds me of the Out Loud lip liners by NYX, because once you put them on, they're not going anywhere. And that's a good thing when it's like hot outside, or if you're planning on wearing your makeup for a long period of time. I think that's good to have something like this, because it is very long wearing when it just adheres to the lips and it doesn't move. But you have to be careful, because if you mess up, you're gonna have to get something to kind of wipe it off, because even putting my finger to spread it was very hard. It would not really move. And then of course for the highlight, you guys can see I love this highlight. This highlight is going to be bomb for the summer. This is going to be perfect for that. I think that was it. I am going to try a little bit of this on the eye. I brought it out, so I want to try a little bit just because it's really pretty and sparkly, and it is date night, so why not? Let me just press this in. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. Look at that. I don't know if you can tell. I can tell, and it looks really pretty, very sparkly. Yeah, I think it just gives that little pop to the eye. Oh, and I forgot to mention the NYX glue. I like this. I'll tell you why. I brushed my eyebrows out with this, and then I went in with my little Morphe pencil just to kind of fill it in, and my brows look really nice. Like I said before, I think it's perfect for people who have really nice eyebrows and they're just trying to fluff them up and just make them stay in place. But it's also perfect for those of us who don't have a lot of eyebrow. We just want to keep them in place and then add pencil. So I think it's good for everybody. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I loved everything I used today. I'm super excited to do another one of these for you guys. I'm gonna really try hard to get one a week, at least one a week. I've got a lot going on. I do have an update video coming up. And speaking of that, if you guys have any questions about like my life or just things you want to know about me, put those questions in the comment section. The next one's going to be a get ready with me, get to know me type of video. So anyway, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys on the next one.